Yes, definitely there was some disappointment that we went back to a higher alert, a more alert level. But since we can see already that the number of number and severity are lightening up, people are actually very optimistic, and there are many things to look forward to. For instance, that the what came out in November and December, that the sales were actually in many industries even stronger than the previous year. People are preparing for the new year, although many of them had to cancel their celebrations, their weddings. Everyone's looking forward positively. The many of them, well, there are many new opportunities coming up because while there are many who got hurt, those who got hurt, many of them are closing down. So these ones that are closing down because they got tired of waiting, or their PC huminto, no, na putol ang PC nila, becomes new areas that the old players that survive or the new players coming in can take over. So there's actually a bigger opportunity than before, partly because of the companies that closed down. So this is part of the things we're looking forward to. Also, of course, there's the new areas of digital, which is very much enhanced because in the last 3 to 4 years, the coverage and speed has increased so much. We've gone up several dozen notches in the world rankings on digital access, no, in terms of speed and coverage. In the last 4 years, I think there's more than double the coverage areas, and the speed has gone up more than 50%. No, so there are also, of course, risks because now there are concerns about the Ukraine, possibly the Taiwan area, and then the interest rates may be going up. But these are all the things that an entrepreneur has to deal with anyway. The smaller players in restaurants, in tourism, in services, especially those that had to rent premises or do renovations or capital expenditures, they took a big hit, and some of them could not afford it, so they had to close down. But all those that are in manufacturing are actually looking forward to greater sales because the needs have become greater. Real estate, the needs is still the same, and some sectors are actually stronger than before because of delayed purchases. And there are a lot of new urban areas coming up because of build, that where the projects had been stopped or delayed and now are going to start again. And I think people can see it and feel it. If we look at the big conglomerates, all of them are having their, just before the pandemic, had a record amount of investment budgets, programs, and now they're going to resume it. And they're all positioning. If we look at all the investment programs of the large conglomerates, so the medium-sized ones are going to follow the large ones. The small ones had to have significant restructuring. Well, it's not forgetting about the past, but looking beyond that is correct, because I think the statistics bear it out, given the very large surges here, but the hospitalizations have not increased, and the deaths have actually decreased. And this is not true just for the Philippines. It's also true in UK. It's true in the US, that with all these surges, the statistics are improving vastly. And in fact, the economy, the economic activity in the US and in the China, the biggest economies in the world, have gone back nearly to pre-pandemic levels now. Although their financial situation is different because they had to borrow a lot of money or to increase their printing of currency. So we can look at ourselves as being a following suit here. If their demand is greater, so will our demand and production be greater. There is some difference because we will have, it looks like inflation is going to be here to stay because many of these products are now, there's a bumper in demand, a bumper requirement for everything in the world. And because of all this quantitative easing and printing of money, there's so much money chasing fewer goods. But that's also an opportunity for us. That means for those who can produce, whether it's agricultural or manufacturing. In fact, our exports to China have increased over 15% in the last over the last year. And so there are a lot of new projects, like for instance, that it's very exciting, the new beacon expressway, the 380-kilometer expressway, will open up to more than 20 cities, representing new branches and areas of operation for any chain operation in the country. The year of the tiger, this is people follow it more in terms of real estate today, but in terms of businesses, the main focus is on technology and markets today. There's all that data. There's digital informations in the internet. So these are what drive the business, and supposed to be a dynamic and very dynamic year, because the tiger is the most powerful creature aside from the dragon, and it really represents dramatic growth. Or if you misjudge, then you will have a problem as well, because it's a very practical philosophy in the Chinese zodiac. They look at both the circumstance of the world, the zodiac, as well as your place in it. So you have to match it against your own zodiac sign, your own luck, or your own abilities.